Have you ever had that picture in your mind, the one of your ideal life? For so many people, that picture includes sunshine. And I mean a lot of sunshine. It includes backing your SUV up to a trailhead for a Saturday morning hike that actually feels a little bit like an adventure. It's about the kids playing pickleball in the cul-de-sac while you chat with the neighbors who feel more like friends. It's a promise of a community that has both the quiet, family-friendly streets and the bustling modern amenities you don't want to drive an hour for. If that picture is starting to form in your mind, you are not alone, and you've likely typed best places to live in Phoenix into a search bar probably more than once. But here's the thing about the Phoenix metro area. It's a massive sprawl of distinct cities and suburbs, each with its own personality. So how do you know which one is the right fit for your family, your budget, and your lifestyle? How do you sift through all the Zillow listings and Google reviews to find the real story? Stick with me because today we are putting one of the Valley's most sought after suburbs under the microscope. We are going on a full detailed map tour of Peoria, Arizona. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me. If you're watching this, chances are you are in a season of transition, of research, of big major decisions. Maybe you're relocating for a job, or perhaps you're a remote worker with the freedom to choose your own paradise, or you're a growing family looking for that perfect community to put down roots. Wherever you're coming from, I understand the weight of this decision. A move is one of life's most significant stressors, but it's also one of its greatest opportunities. My name is Jenna Walsh, and my job is to make that decision easier, clearer, and even a little bit exciting. On this channel, I don't just show you houses, I introduce you to communities. I believe you can't truly know if a home is right for you until you know the city that it lives in. That's why today's detailed tour is dedicated entirely to Peoria, Arizona. In this video, we are doing a deep dive. We're not just skimming the surface, we're going to break down Peoria neighborhood by neighborhood, from the established tree-lined streets of Old Town to the master plan communities in Vistancia. I will cover every single thing a potential home buyer needs to know. That means we're talking the hard data, the population, the median home prices, inventory, and commute times to Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. We're going to talk about the schools, a comprehensive look at public, charter, and private schools, complete with ratings from great schools and niche.com. Thirdly, we're going to look at the lifestyle, the shopping, the dining, the parks, and the massive new developments that are changing the game here in Peoria. And because I want this to be as interactive as possible, I'll be asking you questions throughout. If you're living in Peoria now, or if you used to, I want you to chime in down in the comments and let everyone know what you think. Let's build the most valuable resource for potential movers right here. Ready? Let's go. First, let's get a lay of the land. Peoria is a major city in its own right. It's located in Maricopa County in Arizona, which I'm going to show you on the map, and it's a northwestern suburb of Phoenix, and it's actually one of the largest and fastest growing cities in the valley. So, what are the key stats you need to know? Population. As of the most recent estimates, Peoria is home to over 200,000 people. And that number is consistently growing. This isn't a small town, it's a thriving full-service city. Distance to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, this is a huge question for commuters. From central Peoria, say around like 83rd Avenue and Bell Road, you're looking about 20 miles to the airport, and in light traffic, it's about 25 to 30-minute drive. But let's be real, we do have traffic, so during rush hour, it could be up to 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. The 101 and I-17 are your main arteries to get there. For those of you working in North Phoenix or the Deer Valley area, your commute could be as short as 15 to 20 minutes. And I want to know from the commuters watching, how has your experience been driving from Peoria to downtown Phoenix or the airport? Is the drive manageable, or is it a deal breaker? Let me know in the comments below. The average home sold price is a little bit higher, typically in the $550,000 range, and this is going to reflect those higher end sales in communities like Vistancia and North Peoria. A critical metric for understanding market temperature is the month's supply of inventory. In 2019, which was considered a balanced market for Arizona, we were sitting at about a 2-month supply of inventory, meaning if all the homes sat on the market, it would take about 2 months for all of the homes to sell at the rate of which homes were selling at that point in time. Right now, Peoria is sitting at about a 4-month supply of inventory, which is still below the national average, but for Peoria, it's a little bit slower. So buyers should take advantage of this opportunity to pick the perfect home and work with a great agent, me, to help negotiate getting some of your closing costs paid for by the sellers. I know a gal who can help you out. Wink, wink. This data gives us the foundation, but Peoria isn't a one-size-fits-all. Its true characters reveal neighborhood by neighborhood. So let's dive into the distinct areas that make up the city. So we're going to switch over to the map tour now. Okay, so we're going to start out here. This whole state right here is Arizona. Just in case you weren't sure where Arizona is located, it's over here in the southwest part of the United States. We're going to zoom in now to Arizona, and what you'll see here, this whole area that I'm kind of just circling with my mouse, that's pretty much called the Valley. So if you're talking to someone at the airport or on vacation or something, and they say they live in Phoenix, they could really actually live in Chandler or Gilbert or Tempe or Surprise. We just kind of say Phoenix because a lot more people kind of know Phoenix, but this is kind of the Phoenix Metro, or the Valley is what we call it here. And to start things off, we're going to start over by the airport, which is right here. So here's the airport right in the heart of downtown Phoenix. Downtown Phoenix is right here. So it's just a little bit southeast of the downtown area. And then we are actually going to head over, well, here, let me hop here. Okay, there's the airport. And we are going to hop out. And we are going to zoom over to Peoria, which is right in here, but I'm going to put it on the map for you so it gets outlined for us, okay? So right here, all inside this little red candy cane striping is Peoria. We are going to start right here, which is the heart of downtown Peoria, which is really kind of like the southern end of Peoria. The two major freeways that I mentioned are the 101, which you'll see running right here, and it kind of actually does a big whole loop around the valley, and then also the 17 freeway, which runs right here. So coming from the airport, you could hop on the 17, take that up, and then cut over to the 101, depending where you're at in the valley, if you're North Peoria or South Peoria, or you could take the 17 to the 10 and hop on the 101 up here if you're down here kind of in South Peoria. Some things to mention, not in Peoria, it's actually technically in Glendale, but we have this Westgate Center right here. Tons of shops, restaurants, dining. This is actually where the Arizona Cardinals play. So that's their stadium right there, right here. So you'll hear a lot of like Peoria, Glendale. A lot of the boundaries kind of like run together because as you'll see here on the map, again, this is Peoria and Glendale's here, but Glendale's also up here. Like it kind of does goes around about. So Phoenix, Peoria, Glendale, they all kind of intersect and run into each other. And then you'll probably, maybe if you've been doing some research, you've probably heard about North Peoria. So basically anything north of this 101 right here, this is all going to be considered North Peoria. And this is going to be either just Peoria or South Peoria or Central Peoria, Downtown Peoria. It's kind of all everything south of the 101 freeway. So kind of hop up a little bit here. We're gonna go what I would call this like Central Peoria. We're gonna have the Peoria Sports Complex. We have Arrowhead Mall, tons of shops, restaurants, dining, all in this area right here. And again, as you'll see, like the Peoria Sports Complex, which is where we have spring training baseball games, is here in Peoria, but on this other side of Bell Road, that's where we have Arrowhead Mall, and it's actually technically Glendale. But again, that's what I mean by like all these cities kind of intersect with each other. Going up, if you're 55 or older, we do have a great 55 plus. Actually, we have a couple 55 plus communities in Peoria, one of them being Westbrook Village. They have single family homes, condos, townhomes, tons of great options there and tons of amenities. If you've looked at like Sun City or Sun City West, in my opinion, those are a little bit older, more dated communities, and Westbrook Village is a little bit more hip, young. They've got great golf, tons of activities and events for the 55 plus community. And then actually, while we're talking about 55 plus, the other 55 plus community is going to be right here in Trilogy at Vistancia. This is North Peoria, which I'll get to again in a minute. But again, this is a really nice 55 plus community. This whole community in general is called Vistancia, and they have different little subdivisions throughout. Trilogy is 55 and older only, and it's a country club basically. So you go right in here, it's gated. You've got the golf club going throughout. Again, tons of amenities in that community. Now back off of the 55 and older, we're gonna go and talk a little bit more about North Peoria. So North Peoria, like I said, it's gonna be north of the 101 curves right here, but this would be Beardsley Road, and anything north of that is going to be North Peoria. And there you are going to find a lot more new build communities, tons of new shops, restaurant development. It's just newer. Everything there is a little bit newer than what's in Peoria, South Peoria, downtown Peoria. Downtown Peoria and stuff, that was probably in like the 1950s, 60s, 70s, where this was all built out, where this probably, North Peoria was probably more like the late 90s, starting kind of here and then literally working its way up north. So I would say majority of this was built like 90s, early 2000s, but still there's like some new build communities in here. And tons of new build communities up here in, again, what we call North Peoria. So this, as you can kind of see right here, this is actually a great community, Alora Vita, but all these homes back here, this is West Wing, Cibola Vista, they have a great resort there. All of this has really kind of been built within the last 20 years. So if you're looking for new, you want newer shops, dining, restaurants, this is a great spot. There's also this new development here called the Trailhead. We're getting some really nice high-end restaurants, which we're super excited about it, and also a Chick-fil-A. So that's coming on the corner here. And then over here, what we call the Four Corners. This is Lake Pleasant Parkway and Happy Valley Road. And this is called the Four Corners because there's literally shopping and dining on every, like nice shopping and major shopping and dining on every single corner of this intersection. So a ton of like locally owned restaurants, but then you also have like your Target and your Cafe Rio and your Wendy's. So but like I said, you've got the boutique Lakeside Bar and Grill. Haymaker's a locally owned restaurant out here. Just a ton of really good options. Also great, they have Mountainside Fitness out here, tons of like Pilates classes, yoga studios, Lowe's, Home Depot, a major Fry's Marketplace. That's our grocery shopping out here. So that is gonna give you a ton of options. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're wanting new construction, new development, you're gonna want to be in North Peoria. If you like the old school, not having HOAs and, you know, South Peoria, downtown Peoria, that might be a better fit for you. Also a major attraction out here for actually this Lake Pleasant out here. This is a wonderful lake. Like an actual real lake, not just like a little lake on a golf course. Boating, they have a marina, they do dinner cruises, you can rent jet skis, they have a really cool obstacle course out here. Then you can also do horseback riding out here in the desert. So this is a really cool, fun place to get to, you know, especially in early summer, late summer when it's hot. Great to rent a boat out there, jet skis, and kind of just take the family on a little adventure. Okay, so next we are gonna go back to the screen off of maps, and I'm gonna talk a little bit more in detail about each of the different parts of Peoria. Okay, so let's hop into North Peoria versus just Peoria, which I mentioned a little bit while I was talking and showing you on the maps. But you'll hear a lot of residents talking about North Peoria and Peoria as if they're two different cities. And in many ways they are. The dividing line is generally going to be Bell Road, which I show you kind of right where the map is of the mall right there, with the northern part being newer and more development, and the southern part being a little bit more established. So North Peoria, which is north of Bell Road, north of that 101 freeway I showed you, this is where you're going to find the majority of the master plan communities and new construction. Think you're going to have wider streets, community parks with splash pads, and a more uniform, modern aesthetic. Vistancia, this is a crown jewel of North Peoria. It's a massive, over 7,000 acre master plan community. This is where I showed you that 55 plus community of Trilogy. It's a city within a city. So it's broken down into different subdivisions like the 55 plus of Vistancia, and then just the master plan community of Vistancia. This area features its own shopping centers, a state-of-the-art community center with pools and gyms and events and food trucks and all sorts of different activities, and incredible access to hiking and biking trails in the southern desert foothills. You can literally go right from your house and be on a trail. Homes here are predominantly going to be built after 2000, with new construction still going on right now in 2026. You're also going to see some other great, really wonderful communities like West Wing Mountain and Terramar. These are also highly desirable established neighborhoods nestled right against, again, mountains with beautiful hiking trails right from your front door. You're going to get stunning mountain views, larger lot sizes, and a real sense of serenity. The homes here were again primarily built in the early 2000s, and many of them have been updated and renovated since then. The terrain is usually beautifully landscaped in a desert setting. Now, the newer developments. Areas around the Loop 303, like off of Lone Mountain Parkway, are exploding with new construction from builders like Taylor Morrison, Lennar, and D.R. Horton. These are going to offer more affordable entry points into North Peoria with modern floor plans. And oftentimes, if you go with a spec home and use the builder's lender, you can snag a great interest rate. But do not go visit a new build community without your trusted realtor. As soon as you visit a new build community, they're going to ask you to sign in, and the community will try and lock you in with their realtor instead of you having your own representation, and they won't offer to compensate your realtor on your behalf. So if this is your first visit, take your realtor, that girl I know, with you. Now, getting into Peoria, which is south of Bell Road, this is the city's historic heart. The neighborhoods here are going to be more established with mature trees, which is something you don't always see in the desert. The lot sizes can be more varied, so you'll find a wider range of architectural styles, including more ranch-style homes. And then you're going to jump into Old Town Peoria, which is kind of that downtown hub where we started on the map tour. It's centered around 83rd Avenue and Grand Avenue. This is the original downtown. It has a charming, almost nostalgic feel with local businesses, the Peoria Center for the Performing Arts, and community events. The homes here are older. Many are from the 50s and 70s, like I said, and they represent some of the more affordable options in Peoria, often with great potential for renovation, and a lot of times they are not going to have an HOA. If HOAs are not your thing, then homes in Peoria may be a good fit for you. A lot of these older homes that were primarily built before HOAs became a big business do not have HOAs to worry about. There are obviously pros and cons to this, but if you're adamant about not having an HOA, then Peoria, South Peoria, may be the spot you want to check out. So, which side speaks to you more? The newer master plan vibe of the north or the established tree-lined charm of the south? Drop a comment North Peoria or Peoria below and let me know. Okay, and for the next section of this video, we are going to do a deep dive into Peoria's educational landscape. For families, this is often the most critical section of the video. Peoria is going to be served by several different school districts, with the main one being the Peoria Unified School District, but you're also going to have parts of the Deer Valley Unified School District and a growing number of charter and private school options available as well. So let's break it down. I'll be using ratings from Great Schools and Niche.com, which are two of the most credible and widely used resources, but school ratings can change often. So if this is important to you, please reach out to get the most updated scores. So public schools in the Peoria Unified School District, or PUSD, is one of the largest and most respected districts in Arizona. It's known for its choice program, which allows students to attend schools outside of their immediate boundary, which can be a huge benefit. A lot of people will take advantage of this for different sports at different schools that might be a little bit better. So for high school, you're going to have Liberty High School. This is going to be a high school located in North Peoria. Liberty is consistently ranked at the top in sports, academics, everything. It's an A-rated school on both niche and great schools with a 9 out of 10 great schools rating. It boasts strong academic programs, a renowned robotics team, and excellent athletics. As of 2025, Liberty football has not lost a single game to another Arizona high school in the last 6 years. That is crazy. Sunrise Mountain High School, also in North Peoria. This is another highly rated school, typically an A- on niche.com and an 8 out of 10 on Great Schools. It has a fantastic reputation and a strong sense of community, also with strong academics and sports programs. Then you're going to go into Centennial High School, which is going to be more located in the central part of the city. Centennial is a solid, well-regarded school with a B+ rating and a 7 out of 10 great school score. Peoria High School is in Old Town Peoria, so these are going to be in South Peoria. And this is an original high school with a lot of history and school spirit. It has a C rating on niche.com. Then we're going to jump into some middle and elementary schools. The ratings here are going to be more neighborhood specific. So in general, the elementary and middle schools that feed into Liberty and Sunrise Mountain in North Peoria are going to be Frontier Elementary, which is a 9 out of 10, and Coyote Hills Elementary, which is also a 9 out of 10, are going to carry the highest ratings. It's crucial to check the specific boundary maps for the home you're considering, as boundaries can literally change from one street to the next. We have plenty of charter school options here as well. First of all, starting off with Basis Peoria. This is part of the nationally recognized Basis network, and this is a top-tier tuition-free charter school. It's consistently ranked as one of the best schools in the state and the nation with a rigid academic focus. It's highly competitive to get into via a lottery system. We also have Candeo. It's known for its rigorous prep in the classical liberal arts since its inception in 2008. Candeo has performed in the top 1% of all schools in the state. We have Legacy Traditional School, with our locations both in Peoria and the north part of Peoria. Legacy schools are very popular. They focus on a traditional back-to-basics education with a strong emphasis on discipline and character. And then private options as well. We have Dream City Christian School. This is a private Christian school in North Peoria that serves students from preschool through high school. There's also Northwest Christian School, which is actually located in Phoenix, but this is a private Christian school with grades pre-K through high school. And this is one of the larger private schools out here. And many families are willing to make the 20-minute commute from North Peoria to this school. And there are tons of various preschools and academies. There's no shortage of high-quality private preschools and elementary schools scattered throughout the city. I know this is a lot of information, but it's so important. What has been your family's experience with the schools here? Are you a PUSD family, or did you choose a charter or private school for your family? Your insights in the comments are pure gold for the other parents. Before we move on, if you're finding this level of detail helpful, please do hit that subscribe button. We do these deep dives for every major suburb, and subscribing is the best way to make sure you don't miss our next tour, whether it's on Scottsdale, Phoenix, Anthem, or Cave Creek. All right, now let's talk about life in Peoria, the parks, the play, and new developments coming this way. A house is just a house until you see the life that actually happens around it. So, what is it actually like to live in Peoria? Well, we have the P83 Entertainment District. This is a major hub of activity located near the Peoria Sports Complex in that Arrowhead Mall that I showed you on the map earlier. This is the spring training home of the San Diego Padres and the Seattle Mariners, and P83 is packed with restaurants from local favorites to chains, movie theaters, arcades, and more. It's a go-to spot for weekend fun. Shopping, your major retail needs are covered. The Arrowhead Complex Plaza at the 101 in Bell is a premier shopping destination. They have Costco, Target, Best Buy, and a huge array of other stores, including boutique grocers like Trader Joe's, my favorite. Now, parks and recreation. Peoria is an absolute gem for outdoor lovers. The city maintains over 2,000 acres of parkland. And again, that Lake Pleasant Regional Park that I showed you about, this is a massive reservoir. It's your playground for boating, fishing, paddleboarding, and you can even do camping out there. It's a stunning desert oasis, not what you would expect to find in the middle of the desert. Then we have the New River Trail and Skunk Creek Trail. This is miles of paved multi-use trails connected for biking, walking, and running that just go all throughout the whole city. Community parks, tons of them. Pioneer Community Park, Rio Vista Park, and Paloma Community Park feature splash pads, skate parks, sports fields, pickleball, ramadas, making them a daily part for many families. Then you have the Peoria Sports Complex. Beyond spring training, this facility hosts year-round events, festivals, and concerts, bringing a big city vibe right here to the suburbs. And then you're gonna have the new developments. This is a game changer. Peoria is not resting, like we are going at it. The Peoria Main Street project is a massive mixed-use development plan for the area near that P83 district. Imagine a new city core with retail, dining, offices, and residential spaces, all designed to be walkable. It's a vision for the future that will dramatically enhance the urban feel of the city. And then additionally, you're gonna have that Loop 303 corridor. Is seeing an explosion of industrial and commercial development, bringing thousands of new jobs to the area, which in turn supports the housing market. So think about your perfect Saturday. Does it involve taking a boat out on Lake Pleasant, catching a spring training game, or hiking the mountain trails, or maybe exploring a new local brewery? Let me know what part of the Peoria lifestyle appeals most to you. So let's bring it all together. Peoria, Arizona offers a compelling blend of modern amenities and natural beauty. We've seen that it's a city of contrast, from the historic charm of Old Town to the expansive master plan communities of Estancia. You have top-rated schools like Liberty High School and Basis Peoria, a housing market that is competitive but offers a range of options from the 400s to well in the millions, and a lifestyle that is genuinely active and family-focused. The data shows a growing, vibrant city with a strong real estate market. The new developments on the horizon promise an even brighter future. It's a place where you can build a life that balances work, play, and family in a sun-drenched, dynamic environment. I hope this video gave you a better feel of what it's like living here in Peoria, Arizona. If you've made it to the end of this video, something about Peoria has likely piqued your interest. Whether you are just starting to think about moving or you have to move quickly, I'm always happy to chat. You can text, call, or email me. All of my info is here on the screen as well in the description below. And if this video was helpful, if it gave you a clearer picture and brought you closer to a decision, please do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel. And if you want to see deep dives into other Phoenix suburbs like Anthem, Cave Creek, Surprise, North Phoenix, or Scottsdale, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next community tour. I know this is a big decision. My goal is to provide you with the information you need to make your decision with confidence. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your questions about Peoria in the comments below, and I will go through and answer every single one of them. Until next time, happy house hunting!